Hi, welcome to Thursday. Near dark today and cold. I'm not used to this. I was expecting to sail through autumn and everything. Just noticed the machine wasn't on, so I've turned it on. Don't have to make a noise. Right, what are we doing today? Hungarian Square. I saw this pop up, a picture pop up, as you do, and I thought, I really like that. Hiya, Claire. And I thought, oh, I want to try that. Now, the only site that I could find that was doing it was a French one. However, she very nicely put in English translation. So I have gone along with it. And it's one of those things where you think, oh, now that's clever when it works, and you'll be able to do it in all sorts of sizes, you know. So we'll get to that. Have you been buying on the sale? We got 15% off at the moment, and our code, you should have had an email with the code in, but if you didn't, it's capitals WGIS 8, figure 8, okay? But don't tell anyone I told you. So, right, let's get on with the square, shall we? Now, this is what it looks like when it's finished. So, oh, look at all you lot on here. How are you? So, hiya, Margaret. Jenny, how are you? Are you having a nice time? Are you away? Are you still away? Or are you back now? Hiya, Leslie. How's our weather? It's raining and well windy, but we haven't quite had the storm yet. Although, looking out the window now, that tree out there is wobbling like mad, so I think it's starting to pick up again now. Most of it was going to miss us. So hopefully it'll stay okay. However, I'm quite happy for it to blow itself out. I'm out tomorrow night in Cardiff, and I really, really don't want to have to be wearing wet weather gear. So hiya, Natalie. How are you? The parcel arrived this morning. That was really good. They went out yesterday. Hiya, Caroline. I did tell everybody the code said. Don't you worry. Don't tell her I told you before she told me I could tell you. Leslie had hers, and cold and stormy in Southsea. Now it's Southsea, I'm guessing that is south, because I always thought Suffolk was south, but it's actually quite north, isn't it? And I don't know why I thought Suffolk was south, just because it began with an S, maybe? I don't know. So the code is WGIS in capitals with an 8. So white gecko is 8, but it's all got to be in capitals. Okay, all is good, Emma. Everything's fine. You just got back home at 1 a.m. Oh, well, welcome back, Jen. So, right, okay. So we're here. This is what we're going to make. Okay, we're going to make this. But it's going to be so simple and so quick, we might finish it off into a project bag, because of course I need more project bags. Right. No, oh yeah, we will. I did remember to pick up the vinyl. Right, where are we? Let's go to the overhead. Okay, so this is what we're making. All right, just this bit here. Okay, that is the Hungarian Square. All right, it's pretty. I made it out of calico and a bit of batik, because batiks is what I've got everywhere. So that is what we're making. All right. So we're going to start with a piece of fabric. Now, this one started as an 8-inch square. But I worked it out, you could do it from a 10-inch square. So you could do this with old leftover bits of layer cakes. Hi Anne, long time no see. Oh, Maria, you got your Manx kit. That's brilliant. I'm glad it turned up eventually. Somebody sent us some of their blue fabric in the post with their Manx pieces. So if anybody wants some, give us a ring, all right? And we'll send you a 3-inch piece and some white fabric. Right, so started with a 10-inch square. I like to start with a 10-inch square because, like I say, if you want to do it and you've got a layer cake sheet hanging around, you can do that. Okay, so we're going to fold it in half and just iron. You just want the mark, okay, like that. Open it up, fold it in half again, all right, like that and like that. So you want those marks. You also want 1 inch. I reckon 1 inch will do it. So you want 1 inch. So you've got your mark. You want it in the left hand, on the left hand side. So you're going to mark 1 inch. Okay, like that. There. Then you're going to turn it. And then you're going to mark 1 inch. There. Okay, and then you're going to turn it, and then you're going to mark 1 inch there, and then you're going to turn it, mark 1 inch there, and we're back to the beginning. Okay, now this is literally is amazing. It's amazing how easy this is. We are going to then take this point here. Should have really turned it over. It's a lot easier because it would have already been. I'm going to take that point there and put it there. Okay. And we're going to pin it. Okay. Then we're going to turn it. Take that point there and put it there. Like that, and we're going to pin it. You're going to work your way all the way around, okay, like that to there. I'm just making sure it's all lined up, just for neatness, you know, like that. Then you're going to take this side, last side, and you put it over here and pin it. Now you could, as long as it's equal all the way around. I've not tried it unequal yet. And we're going to pin that there like that, and there you are, it's done. It doesn't look much now, but what we're going to do is we're going to straighten it all out. So we're going to, see, now it's worked brilliantly and done it almost itself. I think it's because I've used smaller pins. Okay, so what you're doing is you're just flattening it out underneath. It's a bit like, you know, when you're scraping off the things for the raffle, taking your time to do a reveal. Can you see how it's working yet? So like this. Okay, so you now have it look at that, you now have a square. How cool is that? I mean, I don't know whether you're as excited about it as I am, but I'm really love it. Absolutely love it. So we're now going to take it over to the machine. It's not going to be as exciting because on this one I've used 3 thread. I didn't pick up the thread with me, but it's okay. It's okay. We're going to do it so that it's invisible stitching, okay? Now we're going to stitch down here, all right? Along all along here. Now you can see that that's not quite straight, but I don't think it's going to detract from it. These have come out beautifully straight. So you could just keep fiddling around until you get what you want. So we're going to take this to the machine now, and I'm going to sew down these 4 folds there. Okay. Right.
Do you want a variegated thread or anything in there?
No, it'll be alright. It should be alright.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if you just want to colour thread or
me. Nee. Nee. Thanks, sir. You should see her. She's obviously fighting a cold or something, and she's not as glamorous as she normally looks, I can tell you that. Right, so we are going down now. Can you see this? If you have a look at this one, you can see here. Let's have a look. Wait, can you see on here? You can see here where once I folded this back here, it's not gone right up to the edge. So I think if I was making it properly, I would fold, if I was making a quilt or anything, I would fold it back first there, okay? And then we're going to just sew. No, just do it. Ooh. So sewn down there. Oh, no, that's not it. Like that. So we're just folding this back a little bit so that we can hide the stitching at the top. Let's take that out. Like that. Okay, and we're going all the way around. Around here. So are you, I mean, I know the one people in this is a Jenny Raymond. Well, like I say, this is not necessarily something that is Jenny Raymond's. It might be one that she's done, because why would she call it a Hungarian Square is my figurine. But the lady that I found that did this, her website is in French, so I'm guessing it's a technique that is out there and people have taken it and made it their own. So there we go. So there we go. There we are. So let's go back to the overhead. Now this here, you can see that it's a hidden thing. I like it a bit louder because I'm loud, but I couldn't find anybody else that had done it called a Hungarian Square anyway. Only the one lady. So I mean, it could be that Jenny has called it something else. Right, I have a 2-inch square. Yeah, 2-inch square. Okay, you're just going to lay that down in there. Now, if I did this, worked with an 8-inch. I think for a 10-inch, I might make it 2 1/4. But what we're going to do is we're going to fold our side piece down like that. Okay, now you can then stitch it with by hand. If you stitch it by hand, you're pretty much hiding your stitches if you whip stitch it, okay? But I know how some of you are allergic to hand stitching, so we're going to do it by machine, okay? So I think if I'm doing a 10-inch square, I would probably make this square a little bigger, but I cut it and just brought this with me. There we go. So that is going on there like that. So we're going to go around and sew this down. All right, so back to here. I love folded techniques. I think I would I could probably find a new one done by different people all the time. It would be lush to be able to come up with my own, but I'm certainly not quite that clever. Okay, can you see, I don't know whether you can see here, where it's not quite coming up into the corner, so I'd probably make that 2 1/4 at least bigger, if on a 10-inch. If you're going to use an 8-inch square, if you're going to use an 8-inch square to start with, then you want your corner mark, fold it in half and half again and make a mark. Now I'm not sure whether that's because I'm not. You want your corner mark to be 3/4 of an inch, but play around with those sizes and see how that goes. Then go up, you bugger. Right, okay, and then we're going round here like that. To here. I'm just taking it to the corner. Like that. Following the curve around so that I'm filling it in. Okay, what am I doing now? Cutting it. Haha. Okay, there we go. Right, 3. There we have it finished. Isn't it lush? I'm very pleased with that. So what's the time? 20 past. Now I did a lot of talking and fiddling. It's a good job really that I've done it in that you can't see it much, but that I think is beautiful. It appeals to my clean lines and quirky putting together stuff there. Now what I did was I put a border on it, trim it up, that's what I was going to say. Right, let's get rid of this here. So you're going to want to work out, that'll do, what size roughly it's going to work out. I would say that we need to cut this down to a 6. Okay, so you're going to see your cross hatch here. You want to put your 3 there, so you want to put your 3 lining up with that there. So line up with the top to the bottom, and your 3 line on there, which is going to go across. Can you see where it's missing in the corners? That's why I would make it bigger. Should have stuck to the 8, but you know me, I never stick to what I should do. So we're going to line up the 3 there and there, and it's all lined up here. And then we're going to see if we can find a cutting tool. I'm going to go up here. Oh, it's only just, it's not going to be a 6 on the bottom. So if we take it to 2 3/4, like that, will that come in? What would 2 3/4 be? Carolyn, what's 2 3/4 times 2? It'd be 4, 5.5, 5.5. Yeah, that works. I can get it all in 5.5. So just line all that up. Now, if you start with an 8-inch square and your corner piece here at 3 1/4, you're going to chop it down to a 4 of, yeah, 4.5. Right, 2 3/4 there, 2 3/4 there, there. There we go. I think I only turned it once. So we're going there, and then turn it again. So we know that that's 5.5 by 5.5 there. There we go. So there you go. You get a 5.5-inch square. If your sewing is pristine, you might get 6, maybe. So that's 10-inch went down to 5.5, and 8-inch goes down to 4.5. So you could play with those sizes. I don't know how big a piece you would need to get a charm pack size in there, but a mini charm pack. Oh, you could do this with a mini charm pack. Oh, that would be amazing. Oh, see, my brain has gone now. Anyway, I edged this. I just went top, bottom, and then flip those out, and then side to side. Okay, just to make my centre bit bigger, give it a bit of a sash. And then I went bigger again. I don't know what size they were. I just cut it in half and half again, and ended up with a line here, which I didn't want, but I'd already sewn all the bits on. I thought I had enough. So I now I've quilted it onto a back piece, because what do you do with all these little tiny pieces? You make it into a project bag, or you could line it, you know, put it as a pocket on a bag. I quite liked it straight on, but then I was a bit worried about the shaping of the embroidery. So in order to make this into a project bag, you need a zippity-doo-dun zip, okay, and a bit of acrylic, vinyl, and a bit of fabric. Okay, so you're going to actually do it on the back. So that would fit up there, and your zip's going to go there, and then your acrylic. Okay, so let me show you how easy this is. Zippity-doo-dun zip. I'm going to take my bit of fabric, and I am just going to shove it in there. Right, so you just shove it in there like that. Make sure it all fits right down into the zip like that, and you're going to top stitch it. Okay, and when that's all top stitched, let's pin it in place like that. It is a pretty stitch pattern, Maria. I just found it on my machine. It was, you know, one that worked. I do like to play with the stitches on my machine. I could do that as a 1 o'clock. A Christmas jumper card. So you just want to top stitch that in place on there, which is going to go there, and then you want your vinyl. And you're going to just shove that inside there again. Make sure that it's slightly bigger than your fabric that you've used on the top, and you're going to top stitch that there. Then you're just going to, that's lined up there, turn it over, I've lost me vinyl, and just trim all the way round, okay? Then you're going to bind it. I would stitch it together. Let's do that. Let's do that. Have we got time? Yeah, we got time. So, 4. Yeah, it'd make a lovely cushion front. You're right there. Right, this is going to go in there. Like that. So we're just going to top stitch this. Now at home I might put that same pattern on my zip, and you could do that at this point, or you fold it back, fold the bottom out the way and just decorate the top of the zip. There we go. So that, there, you can see the zip is now in. So we're going to take our vinyl and we're going to put our vinyl in here. So you want it to, hang on. And put your vinyl in. Now I think with this I'm going to have to guide it as we're going, because I don't want to put any pins in it, because I don't want it to rip the vinyl. I don't want too many holes in the vinyl, because it'll just perforate. So we're going to come along as we go. And just put the vinyl in as we go along. My vinyl is bigger than my project, so I know I've got a bit of leeway top and bottom and sides. Oh, make sure I haven't dislodged that. There we go. So there we go, I've done that. We're all right, Ali. How are you down in Plymouth? Are you all been blown away down there? I noticed that schools are shut in parts of Devon because of the wind and the rain. We don't want to do that, do you, sir? We're not bagging it out. We're going to go backwards, and you want your zip. So you're going to put this on the back of your project bag. Okay, I'm going to clip it because I don't want to put pins into my my vinyl. Okay, now I've lined all that up on the top, and we're just going to take our camera. It's a good job she's here, isn't it? Where are we? 3. Right. So I've put my front project bag front face down, and I'm putting the backing of my project bag face up. Okay, so you're putting them wrong sides together. Now there's no reason why you have to use the vinyl. You could just put all fabric or put all vinyl. The zippity-doo-dun zips make it easier, but they are not essential. Okay, you could put a zip on using your own bias and stuff, but why change something that is just amazing anyway? So we're going to trim along here, and I'm hoping that I've got this right. Okay, so going along here like that, and down here like that. So that's one side. I'll turn it, and I'm going to trim all this like that. Oh, it's moved. It's moved, Mum. So, right, let's pin that there like that. Hopefully it's all right, like that. Let's just trim that off there. And then we're going to turn it again, and we're going to trim that off here. It really is such a lovely way to use your orphan blocks. Now you could do these as Christmas presents, which would you could put the present, use it as the wrapping paper, because quite honestly, once you've put all the components together, wrapping paper costs almost as much. Now, with the binding, I have cut a 2.5 and folded it in half, and I'm going to do it like you do with quilting, but I'm going to work on the back because you can't hand stitch into the vinyl, so we're going to put it on from the back. Okay, so we're going to go back to the machine, and I'm going to put this on over there. Okay, like that. You can't see it. Well, it's a good job Sarah's here. I think it's the first time I've forgotten in a while, mind. So we'll take that as a win. Right, okay, needle down. And we're just going to... I've started halfway down my down the side, down, you know, on the one side, and I've left a tail. And as we get to 1/4 inch before the end, which I find very difficult to gauge, we're going to lift the foot, turn it, and come off at an angle. Okay, which gives you something to throw it back on. So with our binding, you're going to push it away. I've got my foot on it. Hang on. I'm going to push it away so that it goes, it runs in line with the side that you're going to do, and then fold it back down over it with a so you've got a little triangle there. And we're going to work our way down this side as well. Oh, what have I done? I've broken the thread. Okay, so okay, you get the point. By the time I've threaded it and everything, I'm sure you'll get the thing. You go all the way around, and then you're going to there. It's gonna make you all sick now. When you've gone all the way round and finished it off how you like to finish off your binding, you're going to fold this over and stitch it, hand stitch it or stitch on the machine through there, okay? And that will then hold on to it. So what I was saying about this is when you get to this end here, you're going to come off at an angle so that you've got something. I suppose you don't need to come off at an angle, but you're going to you come off, this folds back on where you stitched, okay? And then you're going to bring it back down towards you like that, okay? And then you just carry on stitching and you go all the way round. So when this then is folded back over, this will fold over your corner like that. In there, and you would get the mitre as well on this side. You see that? I left you enough room to see that. So that's how you would finish it off. And then you have your zippity doo done, zippity yay. Okay, does that make sense? I always get a little bit lost when something goes wrong like that, and I just go bleh. So anyway, Hungarian Square, give them a go. If you're going to use a mini charm pack, I noticed some of you have all bought mini charms. If you're looking for a project, you could do, you've got 42 and you end up with a roughly a 5-inch. So you're going to get a 30 by 40, 30 by 35, 30 by 35 inch. If you used, if you don't sash it, yeah, you'd get a 30 by 35 inch quilt, which is a lap quilt or a cot quilt. I think it would be really lovely, and it would be quite thick and heavy, so it would work like a weighted blanket. I want to go home now and play with that and make it work. So that's me. I'm done. I am going back to have my prawn salad. Why I'm having salad on days like this, I don't know. And I will see you next week. Yes, the block is lovely, and I'm going to be I got another project bag as well because I need 11 project bags. So so there we go. Don't forget, send us pictures if you all these camera. How big was my front piece? I started with an 8. The one that I showed you, I did a 10, and you need a 2.5, I think. You use a mini charm square. Have a go at moving that end point where you fold and put the point on. You'll get a different sized square in the middle. I'm going to have a look at that and see whether that works as well. Right, I'm going because I'm wittering now. I will see you next week. No, I won't. Yes, I will. No, I won't. Yes, I will. I'll see you Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Tuesday. I'll see you Tuesday because I'm off Wednesday and Thursday. Unless... yeah, I don't know what Sarah's doing. I'll talk to you later. Ta-ra!